Hi, fourth graders. It's Miss Brisson here. Today is Wednesday, October 14th. You are virtual today, and I am going to be going over the assignments that you need to complete today at home virtually. So I'm on our daily schedule for day 3. The first item that you can do is you can watch the Manny the Dog vocabulary. Your vocab cards will be due next Wednesday. Remember, you need to have a complete sentence, capital letter, period at the end, and the word needs to be in your sentence. And it needs to make sense. So make sure it's a complete sentence that makes sense with the word in it. You have another week to complete this, but I would get started on it sometime soon. Your test will not be until Wednesday, October 28th. Okay? The next item, which is the most important item, is your character traits quiz. That is today. It will be due Friday, but I highly recommend getting it done today so that you don't have to worry about it the rest of the week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you that character traits quiz. You can find that on Google Classroom, day 3 under classwork. So the directions say, read the passage below. Fill in your character traits graphic organizer using evidence from the text to support your inference. Your inference comes from up here in your head about the character. These should be internal character traits. This needs to be an internal character trait about their inside, about their personality. So you're going to read this entire passage about Tyler, and then you're going to complete the chart. You've got Tyler, Jenny, and Mom, the 3 characters in the passage. You need to give each one of them an internal character trait, just one in the box. And then you need to give evidence from the text that supports why you gave them that trait. You can even copy and paste the evidence from the text and put it right in that box. I am fine with that. You need to make sure that each person has a different character trait. You can even use your character traits sheet with the 14 words that you should be practicing for your quiz next week that we went over yesterday if you were here, and we will be going over Thursday or Friday if you are coming to school tomorrow or Friday. So that is something that you can use. So make sure that it is a 4th grade character trait and you're giving evidence from the text, what they did in the passage to support your traits. Okay? That is the assignment. Like I said, it's due Friday, but I would get it done today. You can find that on Google Classroom, day 3. I'm going to go back to my schedule. Your next assignment, it's not really an assignment, but you need to be studying those vocabulary words about your character traits. That can be found on day 1, Plan B classwork. We gave that as a material on Monday. You need to be reviewing those words. We're going to be reviewing those words again tomorrow or Friday if you are coming in person. Okay? Reading log should be daily. You're reading 25 minutes a day. Your reading log is due Sunday. That's the only item that's due Sunday because you have weekend reading. So you're continuing your reading log, writing the title, the author, the genre, and how many minutes you read. All right. So now I'm going to go down to science and social studies. For social studies this week, which everyone is completing online, even if you come in person, you are still completing science and social studies online. For social studies, we are continuing Hispanic Heritage Month. You have a Read Works that was assigned to you on Monday. You're going to go to that Read Works assignment and you are going to complete the short passage and answer the questions. Remember, your login information is the same as your Google Classroom login information, and this is due Friday. It says all of that right here, okay? That is for social studies. For science, I'm going to show you what you're going to be doing for science this week. We're starting a new unit. We're done with rocks and minerals, and now we're starting moon phases. So we have an introduction to moon phases. So on day 2 classwork, I have a Google document for you. It is a moon introduction, and it goes step by step through what I need you to do. So let's review that real quick. Directions. Please complete this introduction to the moon activity for the week. Make sure you go in order based on the steps. There are 4 steps. For step number 1, it says KWL chart. Fill out the know and the want to know. You're going to write down 3 things that you already know about the moon. Might just be some observations, some things that you've seen the moon do, or some changes the moon has showed as you look up at it in the sky. So 3 things you already know about the moon. And remember, we read that great moonshot book at the beginning of the year in our reading. So you can even take some information from that you already know. 3 things that you want to know, 3 questions you have when you want to learn more about this unit, about the moon. That's step number 1. Step number 2, you are going to watch this YouTube book. It's a book you're going to be listening to. It's called The Moon Book. You're going to listen to it and watch it. And then you're going to be completing the learned part. You're going to give me 3 things that you learned after reading the book. What I recommend doing is having your whiteboard with you while you're reading or listening to the book, and write down 3 things you learn as you go, as you listen to it, so that when you go to step 3, all you have to do is just type what you wrote down, so that you don't have to go back and think, okay, what did I learn? If you're doing it as you go, as you're listening, it makes it a lot easier. And then step number 4. It says observe, which means watch or look at the moon one day this week, just one day this week. And remember, the sun is setting earlier, so you should be able to see the moon in the sky around 6:45 or 7. It says type your observations. What did you see? Tell us what it looked like and any other observations you want to share about your night watch of the moon. I just need about 2 sentences telling me what you saw when you looked at the moon one day this week. If you haven't done this yet, you have tonight and tomorrow to look at the moon. Only 2 more days because this is due Friday, okay? So I would recommend looking at the moon tonight and writing down, typing your observation. That is your assignment for science, and it is due by Friday afternoon. Okay, so on the daily schedule, I've done everything. I've gone over everything in reading. Remember, you also need to be getting your I-ready reading minutes in. You need to have 45 minutes by Sunday, okay? 45 minutes for reading by Sunday. You should be doing about 15 minutes a day. If you have any questions, just send me a message in the Google chat. Okay, and